Good morning. My name is Jenda Haynes, and I serve as your Assistant Superintendent. My first job this morning is to welcome you to Convocation. I wish that I could see and hear you today. I was certainly not a teacher who liked a silent classroom, except, of course, when giving a test. But speaking of tests, this last year has been a test for sure. We've all been tested, stretched, strained. Yesterday, my devotion said, "Trouble is part of life. Having fulfillment and peace in the midst of trouble is what living in God's will is all about." There is great confidence in knowing that you are walking in the will of God and doing what He wants you to do. When you are sure of that, you can better deal with what life brings you. I thought, as I read that, isn't it amazing how something printed years ago can be planted on the right page on the right day? We continue to be faced with trouble, but we can deal with it better when we know we're doing what we need to be doing. I do believe that education is a calling. And when I say education, I mean every role that contributes to student success, from teaching to providing a clean, safe place to learn, to transporting and feeding students, to providing the resources, the technology, and the support for student success. You name it. It takes every role and position to make Davie County Schools and the students we serve successful. So this is a calling. It's a higher calling, one that is essential to both the individual students that we serve and to our community, our state, and our nation at large. So as we welcome you, we want to say thank you. Thank you for all you have done, all that you are doing, and all that you will do in the school year ahead. We have a lot to be thankful for and to celebrate as we begin this school year. So let's celebrate what we've accomplished. Monumental things last year. Leading. Let's celebrate being able to provide face-to-face teaching and learning for students from preschool all the way through early college as we start this school year. And let's celebrate the strength of Davie County Schools and our ability to overcome challenges together. I will now turn it over to Mr. Dub Potts, retired educator and now board member.
Thank you, Ms. Haynes. Could we pray together? Lord, I want to thank you for another opportunity to have a positive influence on this community, the students and the staff that we serve. Even though we're excited about another school year, we're seemingly challenged on many fronts. And I pray that we would look at the challenges and see how we can accomplish positive goals. To be successful, we often have to believe in a higher power, thus I turn to you. I especially want to remember Lynn Wisecarver and her family in the death of her recent husband. I pray that the teachers at Davie County High School will rally around Lynn and show their support, and then help her to transition back into the classroom at the appropriate time. Lord, I want to ask your blessings on Davie County Schools. There are so many roles that our employees play as we work with students. I ask your blessings on the transportation department and the bus drivers, who are often the first people to greet a student in the morning and the last one to see the student in the afternoon. I lift up our maintenance workers, our housekeepers, our child nutrition staff, those who make the building look inviting and clean and safe, and those who serve a nutritious meal that may be the child's only good meal of the day. I lift up the office and support staff who keep things going. Sometimes they're the first voice that a person hears on the phone, or they're the first person that one sees when they walk into an office building and may be upset, and these folks have a big influence on whether or not that parent continues on to be upset or calms down. I lift up our school administrators at all levels, those who get blamed for things that maybe they don't have any control of, or they don't have the authority to resolve the situation. For our building principals and assistant principals, we know how much the building leadership counts toward having an effective school. And finally, our teachers and teacher assistants. Oh, what a difficult, trying, challenging year that they experienced in 2020-21. Yet, with all the challenges, they were troopers who led the way. They learned how to instruct in new ways and demonstrated to this county how fortunate we are to have such an outstanding group of teachers. Lord, there's another group that I want to remember this morning. I ask you to bless and protect our children. They're the common denominator in all of our employees. The love we have for them and the desire to see them healthy and excited about being back in school full time. So we give thanks and honor to you with our actions and our voices. And as we enter this school year, may we be mindful of a statement that I read just yesterday on a local church sign that said, "We teach a little by what we say, but we teach a lot by what we do." So Lord, help us through this school year that we might model those things that would bring honor and glory to you. It's in your name I ask. Amen.
Good morning. My name is Clint Junker, and this will mark the 10th year of serving you as a member of the Davie County School Board. On behalf of the board, I have the pleasure this morning of welcoming you to the beginning of another school year. The theme of Rise Above that I see on the t-shirts is so perfect for you guys. That's exactly what you've done over the last couple of years. It's what you've always done. It's what you will do again this year. Rise above all the challenges, whatever they may be. You continue to find a way to move the students forward, to brighten their day, to change their lives. As a board member, I say thank you. More importantly, as a parent of a Davie County student for the last year, I say thank you. Thank you for loving and caring for my kids and for loving the kids of this community. Thank you for making a difference and keep rising above. I hope you have an incredible year. We as a school system are very fortunate to have lots of partners. Now we will hear from two great partners of the community and the school system, the United Way and the Davie County Foundation.
It has been generations since a swath of students have come through the school system with more unease on their shoulders than the students you serve today. From economic uncertainty, mounting debt, a virus that refuses to go away, friction in the news with every report, adults fighting over every little issue, and more. For many of these students, the school system is the stalwart of hope that cares for them. You provide that safe space that reminds them, you are seen, you are loved, I am with you, we are doing this together. I am Chuck Taylor. I'm the Executive Director for the United Way of Davie County, and my work is to unite the leaders and the people of this county together to find solutions that help us plan for and gain traction for a brighter future. My work is not only to agencies who receive our funds, we also serve our donors by asking, how does the work of moving your donations to agencies help you as the donor? I know that even in your limited financial means, so many of you still look to find ways to give to the causes you love. We have created an online giving portal to make donations to your cause as easy as buying something on Amazon. We've created an online store for you to get free teacher supplies delivered to your school so you can serve your students well. We may not be as fast as Amazon, but our delivery people are kinder and just as happy to serve you. Our board of directors are made up of community leaders with a history of school service like Lynn Yoakley, Jenny Stevenson, Lisa Hartness, and in the past, Jenda Haynes, Jeff Wallace, and Wendy Horn, and so many more. We want people around the table giving us a healthy perspective of how we can unite together to empower you better. When times get stressful and you're doing your work with more hindrances than you would prefer, we're using our platforms and our forums to advocate for you. My board of directors and I truly believe that to be the United Way, we must be like Jesus, servant leaders first. Be united towards a goal of hope and to lead the way for a better future. To all the teachers, pre-K through seniors and beyond, maintenance staff, counselors, principals, and administrators, I want you to hear today, you are seen, you are loved, we are with you, and we are doing this together. So yes, We want your gifts because we want to stamp out the crises that plague our children. If everyone gave just $6 a pay period, we would sprout hope where there once was despair. We would breathe life to those who are suffocating under the weight of tragedy. And we will put a smile on the face of those who need it most. But as I say thank you for your past gifts, I have learned that this year, so many of you have given and may not even know what it is that the United Way has done, what we are doing. So I've prepared a short 1-minute video to tell you a little bit more about what we do and why it's the easiest way to donate in the county and know your gifts are helping locally and currently. Thank you for what you are doing, what you have done, and for what you're going to do. And thank you for helping us help the community better. Here's that video. We are local. Since 1887, the United Way has been on a mission to serve local communities. And since 1973, the United Way of Davie County has been helping right here at home. Each year, we work with businesses and organizations like yours that are committed to the county, to our friends, to our neighbors, to our children, and to our future. We collect local gifts from caring people like you and pull them together with donations from large companies, small businesses, and individuals. Then we share with local nonprofit partners who understand the concerns of those in the greatest need. Just like you share your time, energy, passions, and money, we share our collective gifts to advocate through our network of partner agencies. Our staff and board of directors are local leaders who understand the diverse needs unique to Davie County, where we call home. At the United Way, we collect local, we share local, we are local.
In Davie County, we put education at the center of our community, and it all started with a promise. A promise to give our students an opportunity to continue their education after high school without incurring debt, because a college education is more important now than ever. Ignite Davie College Promise provides a path for Davie students to gain in-demand skills in education to be competitive in the 21st century workforce. Ignite Davie is a place-based last dollar scholarship to attend Davidson Davie Community College full-time. Students must live and attend school in Davie County. As a last dollar scholarship, Ignite Davie College Promise covers in-state tuition, required fees, and a stipend for books for eligible students after applying all other financial aid awards, such as Pell Grants, state aid, and local scholarships. Ignite Davie assures all eligible high school graduates, regardless of financial need or academic ability, can earn a certificate, credential, or associate transfer degree. Davidson Davie Community College prepares students for rewarding careers or transfer to four-year colleges and universities. Students must commit to their community to maintain eligibility. They must maintain full-time status, maintain a minimum 2.0 GPA, successfully complete 2/3 of their credit hours attempted each semester, participate in career connections, volunteer 5 hours in the community each semester. Ignite Davie is an investment in our students, and it is a commitment to our community as we strengthen our local workforce, improve high school and college graduation rates, attract young families to Davie County, create a competitive advantage for business and industry with a well-trained workforce. Ultimately, Ignite Davie will lead to a better quality of life for everyone.
Most kids need to somehow further their education past just a high school diploma. And this Ignite Davie will give them the opportunity to do that without the financial burden hanging over their head.
When I found out about Ignite Davie, I knew exactly that this is what I wanted to do.
So Ignite Davie obviously helped me with my financial aid, which is extremely helpful. It just means that I'm able to take a step further with saving money and being able to achieve my career goals in the future.
What students need most is knowing what the opportunities are. What the business community needs, good employees. These young people are going to be plugged in. We're all going to benefit by that. We need each other.
These kids in a community that cares about them
and wants to hire them and keep them here is very important. I feel like the children will benefit greatly from this.
Ignite Davie College Promise will spark the future of our students and our community, but we need your commitment to light the match. We are asking local businesses to commit to our kids by providing tours, internships, job shadowing experiences through the Promise Career Connections, and consider Ignite Davie grads for future job openings. We are also seeking to raise $3 million to fund Ignite Davie today and into the future. We are asking the community to commit to our kids by making a tax-deductible donation. Support Ignite Davie. Commit to our kids. Be the match that lights the spark.
Good morning. I'm Jane Simpson, president of the Davie Community Foundation. We're one of the proud founding partners of Ignite Davie, and we believe it really can be life-changing for our kids, but we need your help. We can't make it permanent without community-wide support. There are currently 143 students from the class of 2020 and the class of 21 at DDCC right now with Ignite Davie. We have $2 million of that $3 million goal that you saw committed. Please consider a personal investment in our students. You can do that as you may have done before through United Way, and we thank you for those contributions. This year, we have set up a separate payroll deduction that allows you to make an investment that goes directly into the Ignite Davie Fund. There are no fees, no middleman. It's just a standard contribution. 100% of every dollar given goes directly into the fund. If you choose to participate, please fill out this brochure. At the bottom, you can fill it out, sign it, and give it to the bookkeeper in your school. If you do it by August 31st, you'll be eligible for the Amazon gift cards that we're going to draw for. I think we have 50 of them. So together, we really do believe we can fire up our students, and we can ignite the future through Ignite Davie. Thank you.
Good morning. Jeff Wallace, Superintendent for Davie County Schools. Welcome guests and staff, board members. I want to thank you for your support. Chairman Mr. Clint Junker, Vice Chair Ms. Wendy Horn, David Carroll, Doug Potts, Lori Smith, Paul Dressler, and Cammie Webb. Going through the difficult times, it has been vital to have your support, and we're very thankful for each one of you. As been mentioned by Mr. Potts, we had a tragedy this week among one of our family members, and I want to too mention Miss Lynn Wisecarver and reach out to her and send our sincere condolences to Lynn and her family with the passing of her husband Brian. Lynn, we love you. We're praying for you. We're sorry that you're going through this, but staff, like many of you, I want you to hear that Lynn has already reached out. Excuse me. Lynn has already reached out to make sure that her children are taken care of, even though she's going through a personal battle herself. But Lynn, we do care. Thank you very much. Staff, last year I referenced Conquistador Cortez and landing in the New World, and how he had destroyed his ships to prevent mutiny among his 600 soldiers and their potential return to Spain. I mentioned Joel Peterson to you, the CEO of JetBlue, and the story that he told about his father, where he would dismantle bombs. He was a title as an officer that he was well known for running to the fire. When many others would run away from the fire, he ran to the fire. Peterson would often tell his son, the senior Peterson would tell his son, in a time of crisis, true leaders will look for opportunities and optimism. That is exactly what you did last year. You had no choice but to run to the fire, and you did an outstanding job. When the 2021 year ended, I looked back and saw that we had destroyed the ships, and there was no turning back. We ran into the fire using the opportunity to grow and find ways to serve children and each other during a pandemic. School nutrition, that staff with a smile and an outstanding attitude served over 1 million meals. Student services and our nursing staff conducted 3 very successful vaccine clinics. Staff, you were able to shift back and forth and move from Plan A to Plan B. You handled the quarantines. You worked extremely hard. You built, the curriculum team, along with many others, built a virtual plan where we served over 950 students, something we had never done before. Technology team, teachers went and started teaching virtually that had never done that. And we implemented Canvas seamlessly, wonderfully, with no gnashing of teeth or consternation. Just making sure you were still with me, because I know that's not the fact. But we're still good with the learning management system. HR, you know how Jen and I are wonderfully worked together and conducted many unusual or new types of job fairs, parading the streets of Knoxville and the parking lots at Walmart, her and her team. Many of your principals contributed that as well, and assistant principals. When the school year ended, I took time to look back and reflect on the year. There wasn't mass mutiny, and our team stuck together. We had no choice but to stay in the fire. In spite of the difficulties, you seized the opportunities and you served children, you served families, and you served each other. Your work was tremendous, as already been mentioned. I felt very relieved after the year had ended that we had crossed the finish line. We talked about feeling a little bit of stress be relieved, or a little bit of less stress on us. Summer school quickly started. I visited summer school and saw what I had hoped to see. Wonderful attitudes among students, wonderful attitudes among our teachers. And again, with a very short break, that type of summer school was newly developed, but again, you did it. Thank you for that. When other districts were struggling to find staff, to fill positions, you stepped up, and we're thankful for you, and we're thankful for what you did. One point I continued to hear about summer school was Mr. Jeremy Brooks and his morning rallies, pep rallies, whatever we call them. I heard him call them multiple things, but they were all very positive. What Mr. Brooks would basically do is he would bring the kids and staff in. He would encourage them. He would acknowledge them. He would challenge them. And then he would set them up to succeed. That right there carries through many, many things that can be done, and we should continue to do. Mr. Brooks, thank you. The summer continued with the development of plans that we have been working on for years, with the extension of the instructional framework. The curriculum department was active all summer, building a coaching plan, an academic coaching plan, and an academic coaching team. We had some outstanding professional development on high reliability schools and the culture. New ideas about learning were aligning with the abundance of new strategies many of you implemented last year. Plans were quickly falling into place for an exciting start to the new year. July delivered us a kick in the gut with the Delta variant spike. COVID cases started to increase, and some adjustments had to be made. I will tell you that we're prepared. And we're prepared because of what you did last year. And we're so thankful for that. Yes, the challenges are still there. Absolutely. Last year, we did rise above. As Mr. Junker has already mentioned, the shirt fits perfectly. I want to contribute that to Mr. Will Mars, a teacher, wonderful person at Davie County High School, who helped design, and all of his designs and anything that goes on the shirt comes with meaning or a descriptor. And it's perfect, Mr. Mars. Thank you for your creativity, your inspiration, and your continued support for the Rise Above theme that fits us this year. Staff, principals, administrators, you stepped up last night. Last night was your first test with a lot of the polarization we're dealing with. We had multiple families and kids on our campuses all across this district. We had some small situations, but for the most part, all across the district, parents were receptive Children were receptive, excited, and it's in large part all because of what you've done to prepare and stepped in. And parents, we thank you very much for what you did. We don't like the battle we're in. We don't like the situation we're in. But we have to adjust to do everything we can to keep our children in front of us in school. The disruption needs to be limited as much as possible. Now, make sure you're listening. I checked you one time with Canvas. On behalf of the Board of Education and your district leadership team, we can demonstrate our appreciation in another manner. I am pleased to share that all current employees, Davie County School employees, all employees, will receive a one-time bonus in your August paycheck of $450. We are very thankful for the leadership, again, your board support, the finance department, and the ability to do this. And in a living, as already been mentioned by Ms. Simpson, in a county, and Mr. Taylor, that supports us and supports education. So again, you will receive, every employee employed today will receive a $450 bonus, one-time bonus in your paycheck. The money cannot express how much we truly appreciate each one of you, but we are honored to be able to provide you this for you today. Last year, we faced many unknowns. We face additional unknowns this year, but as I've already indicated, we're better prepared. My charge to you is to stay the course, just like you did last year. Go with what you know. Go with what you know. That's all you have right now. Lean on each other. Don't stress over things that are totally out of our control. Take care of yourself. Stay on point with our purpose. Don't lose sight of that, please, is to engage, equip, and empower our students. Thank you. Rise above, Davie County. Rise above. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. It is my honor to announce the Stars of the Year for the 2021-22 school year. For those of you who are new to Davie County Schools, each year we recognize some individuals for outstanding service in a variety of categories. And I have to say that here that is extremely difficult because we have so many deserving nominees, and the last year has required that each and every one of us go above and beyond. I will try to keep these awards rolling quickly, but I certainly want you to cheer and celebrate the winners in your various locations. So let's get rolling. We will start off our Stars of the Year by congratulating all of our bus drivers of the year, and I hope that you can see them on the screen. As you have probably seen and heard, there is a huge shortage of bus drivers across the nation, and these folks, as Mr. Potts said earlier, are often the first to greet students and the last ones to see them in the afternoon. And we appreciate them providing safe transportation for students to and from school each day. There are still bus driving classes available for anyone else who wants to get their bus license. But seriously, now for our district bus driver of the year. This employee is described as a dependable and professional employee who always puts the needs of the students first. She's worked hard to overcome discipline issues, continually thinks of ways to improve the bus riding experience for her students, and she has filled in on bus routes consistently when others have been absent. So we want to congratulate Pia Nybaum as a valuable asset of Moxville Elementary School and to Davie County Schools. Congratulations. The Transportation Professional of the Year has been with Davie County Schools for 10 years. Jeremy Miller says that he has brought a wealth of knowledge to the department and will come in early and stay late with no questions asked. He is known as a servant leader who enjoys helping others grow in their field. Thank you and congratulations to Robert Mikowski. The Custodial Team of the Year is dedicated to supporting students, teachers, and staff, and they consistently and enthusiastically work to meet the needs of their school. They never complain when asked to move furniture, remove critters, clean up spills, and fluids of all kinds. It is an honor to congratulate the Kernatzer Elementary School Custodial Team, Ray Sane, David Rogers, and Dinah Baltus. This year's Maintenance Star of the Year goes to a deserving man who has been voted on by his colleagues in the maintenance department. He began working with Davie County Schools in 2016 and brings years of knowledge and experience on heating and air systems. It's an honor to congratulate Stephen Good as Maintenance Person of the Year. The School Nutrition Manager of the Year encompasses the attributes of a leader and creates an atmosphere that is welcoming to her staff, the school staff, and to students. In fact, everyone wants to go through the line to be greeted by the self-named Cafe Ladies and to see the space that they've created with bulletin boards, decorations, and affirmations. She works with the entire school to streamline processes and provide quality experience for everyone. Margaret Radford. Thank you, Margaret, for being a proactive, amazing leader. You are absolutely Pine Brook Elementary's gain. The School Nutrition Team of the Year has worked together to best serve students and staff while staying positive and upbeat. These professionals are hard workers, self-motivated, but I have to say they really do enjoy having fun while they work. George Selecki said he is proud of this team and how far they've come. Congratulations to the Davie County High School Nutrition Team. Will, Jamie, Ginger, Delane, Brenda, Alicia, Benny, Zena, Bob, Ruth, and Zulma, and I hope no one was left out. For this next award, there is no way to describe the winner in this next category without giving it away. The Student Services Person of the Year goes to Lori Dingler and the nursing team. The last year, as you all know, has been all things COVID. Lori worked tirelessly last summer and throughout the year with the health department, the state nursing department, and our district staff to ensure that we had the most current information to protect students and staff during the pandemic. Lori's leadership was always genuine and focused. She and the school nursing staff provided constant and ongoing support in the school building and at vaccine clinics. Their dedication to following the guidelines played a key role in our district's success in keeping students safe and healthy in the building and avoiding school or classroom closures. We are so blessed to have this amazing team. Congratulations, Lori and nursing team. The EC-related Services Person of the Year is strong and dedicated, known to be an educator who supports many teachers across the district, mentoring new teachers, supporting progress monitoring, planning, and EC paperwork. She is a true example of a team player, always wanting to do what is best for students and with a genuine and caring personality always shining through. Congratulations to Melissa Kistner. The EC Teacher of the Year is willing to help others within her building and across the district. She has been serving on the NC SIP team and has always led PLCs and district job-alike groups. She's always looking for a new way to reach her students' needs and help them learn and grow. We are so fortunate to have Emily Emert's love and passion for the exceptional children both at Cooley Elementary and across Davie County Schools. Congratulations, Emily. The Office Professional of the Year stepped into a new role last year and went above and beyond during a very challenging time. She managed the coordination of transportation for the largest fleet of buses and crew of drivers, filling in for absences and vacancies by substitute driving and making up for missed time in the office. The winner this year is Michelle Sigmund, the Student Services Administrative Assistant and Bus Coordinator at Davie County High School. The administrator who had the most nominations this year has led his team in facing many extra challenges over the last couple of years and has done so in a very positive way. From organizing multiple ways for multiple schedules to securing transportation for those who cannot ride a bus and need vans, drivers, and monitors. Jeremy Miller, Transportation Director, has been an outstanding leader through it all. Congratulations, Jeremy. The Assistant Principal of the Year is someone described as hardworking, dedicated, visible, analytical, a problem solver, relationship builder, and leader. She has test coordination down to a science. She climbs on the bus to drive to keep things rolling. I heard at least 35 times last year. This whatever it takes mentality makes our Assistant Principal of the Year, Miss Chelsea Rutledge from South Davie Middle School. In this next slide, you will see a list of all of our Teacher Assistants of the Year. We want to take a moment to congratulate each of these winners. Our teacher assistants are instructional assistants, they're behavior support, they're interventionists, they're small group instructors, supervisors, counselors, nurses, and whatever else they are called upon to do. Please offer your congratulations to these winners, and please thank all of our teacher assistants for the valuable contributions they make each and every day. Now for our District Teacher Assistant of the Year. This employee works hard to create a positive experience for students and is highly respected by his colleagues, students, and the community, both as a teacher assistant and as a coach. Perry Long is known for his consistent positive attitude and servant's heart. Congratulations, Perry Long, Teacher Assistant of the Year. The Beginning Teacher of the Year was hired in one role last year, but ended up taking on several other roles and responsibilities and across multiple schools. She is a learner, a problem solver, a team player, and a student-centered educator who is passionate about teaching and believes in her kids. Earning the reputation for being a rock star in just one rookie year, please join me in congratulating Gianna, otherwise known as Gigi Goslin, who is now assigned 100% to Davie County High School Soaring Eagles. The Principal of the Year is known for being intelligent, efficient, well-organized, analytical, and no nonsense in her leadership. She changed schools and grade levels last year, but she has been embraced and has provided steady leadership during challenging times. Please join me in congratulating Mary Foster from Moxville Elementary School. As we wrap up the awards today, please pause, take a moment to reflect on what we have accomplished together last year. Davie County Schools has been and continues to lead. Thank you to each employee who's contributed to this collective success of this district. I will now turn it over to Ms. Jennifer Line, the Chief Academic Officer for the Teacher of the Year Award.
Last, but definitely not least, we want to recognize a talented group of individuals selected as each school's Teacher of the Year for the 2021-22 school year. Davie County Preschool, Katie Wagstaff. Coolamy Elementary, Erin Penley. Cornatzer, Cindy Boger. Moxville, Taylor Mathis. Pinebrook, Amanda Powers. Shady Grove, Laura Jordan. William R. Davie, Bridget Bailey. North Davie, Becky Little. South Davie, Caitlin Corcoran. William Ellis, Amy Summers. Davie High, Shannon Patton. Central Davie Academy, Kristen McGowan. Davie County Early College, Angela Griffey. Congratulations to each of you. With such an incredible group of teachers, our selection committee had a difficult task in choosing one person as our district's Teacher of the Year. You are all amazing and very deserving. We did, however, have to narrow this down to one person to represent our district. But before I announce this person's name, we would definitely want to recognize and thank two local businesses. The first one, Shepherd Real Estate, will be providing each Teacher of the Year at each school with a $100 check. Thank you so much to Chris Shepherd for this very generous donation and helping us to recognize all of our Teachers of the Year. We also want to thank Flo Honda and specifically Brian Nicolay, the General Manager, for providing a new Honda for our District Teacher of the Year to drive for the 2021-22 school year. Brian is waiting at the school to award that Honda now. The person selected for this year's District Teacher of the Year is known for her ability to help students and make and see connections across the curriculum. Both her positive attitude and her growth mindset provide a classroom environment where students thrive, where they are all willing to participate and work hard. She genuinely believes all kids can learn, and this is evidenced in how she teaches and interacts with her students daily. The 2021-22 Davie County Schools District Teacher of the Year is Erin Pitt at Convocation Elementary School.
Where students thrive, where they are all to participate and work hard. She genuinely believes all kids can learn, and this is evidence in how.
Congratulations to you, Erin. Very well deserved. I will now turn it over to Wendy Horn. I'm sorry, we're going to pan to the outside now where the car will be actually presented.
I don't know where she's coming from. You right? All right. Camera ready.
That sounds good. Okay. I am as well.
Okay, good. So I'll get a couple pictures here for the group. Sure. Thank you guys.
All right, minute.
Okay.
Oh, one more.
Again, congratulations to you, Erin. Very well deserved. Now I will turn it over to Wendy Horn, our Vice Chair of our Board of Education, for our closure.
Good morning. I was speaking with a friend recently who shared an analogy with me. It made me sit back and rethink a lot about what I've been feeling lately. She compared it to turbulence during a flight. First of all, let me start by saying that I hate to fly. I think it's the lack of control that I feel. I've always said that if a pilot would let me ride in the cockpit, so I could see out the front window, I'd probably feel better about the whole thing. Unfortunately, I haven't found a pilot who was willing to do that. But back to flying. You take off and the pilot tells you to put on your seatbelt because it's pretty likely that things will be a bit rocky as you lift into the air. Once you reach soaring altitude, the pilot comes across the intercom and in a reassuring voice lets you know that you can remove your seatbelt and move about the cabin. I personally don't move about the cabin because I literally think the less moving around in the plane
will help keep the plane steady. Yes, I know that's silly, but that's how my simple mind works. You're cruising along thinking everything is hunky-dory when suddenly the pilot comes back on the intercom asking everyone to put their seatbelts back on because of possible turbulence ahead. But things feel fine. Why are we having to change course? There's a slight bump, then there is a bit more of something that I can only describe as a dip, and I'm quickly reminded that I'm glad the pilot gave me the heads up that things may be a bit rocky. Luckily, as quickly as the bump and the dip presents itself, it passes and the pilot comes back in his reassuring voice and says, "You can remove your seatbelt." I can only describe what has been going on here lately as unfortunate turbulence, and I'm personally thankful that we have pilots, lots of pilots, working alongside us to help prepare for what may lie ahead. We're all adjusting, doing the best we can to make those around us feel at ease, and anxiously awaiting for smooth air to prevail. I want you to know that we're right here with you on this ride. I'm sorry for what you've had to deal with. I'm sorry that just when you think you have a plan, that plan changes. I'm just sorry. But I'm reminded of how thankful I am to have all of you on this flight with me. Thank you for doing things you never thought you'd have to do, and thank you for not giving up. I think it's no surprise to any of us that this school year will probably have some turbulence. But if we stick together, I feel it in my gut, the gut that flips and turns when I'm on an airplane, that things are going to be okay. Have a great school year.